Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yours truly, Augie Schmidt here, live from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box, getting ready for some varsity baseball action on Sheila Field here in International Falls, Minnesota. It's the International Falls Broncos baseball team hosting the visiting Warroad Warriors. You are listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM. This is our pregame show for today's contest, and we're coming up at around 1:55, I do believe, is what I was told by Tim Ringhofer, our ringmaster here today. And so that national anthem brought to you by local VFW Post 2948. Join us for Burger Night and karaoke, and we have our Border Chevrolet GMC keys to the game, and you'll hear those keys to the game when I play my interview with head coach Blaine Humbert as we get ready for a doubleheader here on Sheila Field. That's right. After this game against Warroad, we got one more for you. The Broncos hosting the visiting Deer River Warriors, ironically, as well. So a couple of Road Warrior teams coming here to International Falls to take on the home team Broncos. And so you're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM. We're live from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. We're going to take a step aside, and then when we come back, you'll hear from Coach Blaine Humbert of the International Falls Broncos varsity baseball team as we get ready for some baseball doubleheader action here on Sheila Field. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM, and you're also watching on YourLiveEvent.com.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Here with head coach Blaine Humbert of the Kenosha Falls Broncos baseball team, getting ready for a somewhat gloomy, maybe a little windy, but very lovely day for a baseball doubleheader on Sheila Field. And so, being the home team playing 2 games back-to-back, how's the team going to have to show endurance today?
Well, it's kind of our first test of playing back-to-back this year. We played back-to-back down in Janesville, but we had a bus ride over for about 30 minutes. So today it's going to be a test for the boys. You got a really good team in Warroad. They're really good this year, and then we got Deer River the second game. But what I'm looking for today is how these guys respond to what happened yesterday. Just getting 1% better every single day, and just forgetting about the little things and always keeping that next play mentality going.
It seemed like yesterday in that tough loss there, you guys were getting some hits, but not able to get the runs to complement the hits.
Yeah, it was just, you got to be ready to go from the first pitch, and we did a pretty good job of that right away, but as soon as we came to adversity, and we didn't respond well, plain and simple. But the thing with baseball is there's always another game, right? You got lots of games packed into such a short season, so today's a new day, hoping these guys can turn it around and come ready to play.
Yeah, and so who's going to be starting on the mound today, and what's the expectation for him?
For the Warroad game, we got Jack Berglund going. Just looking for strikes. It's only his second time going off the mound this year, so just fill up the zone, let your defense work. Second game, we got Emmett Olson going against Deer River, and I'm hoping a big game from him. I hope he shuts down the Deer River lineup, and the bats get going in both games. So we just got to have our pitchers back. You got to make the plays today.
Yeah. Absolutely, and it does look like you don't have too bad of a bullpen. And I know yesterday, I believe it was Brooks DeZiel, starting pitcher, correct, that had 8 strikeouts in the tough loss. And so, just wanting to see something like that, maybe 9 or 10 strikeouts.
That would be nice. That would be great. Yep. No, Brooks, he's been good for us all year. He's only an 8th grader, and the kid's learning more and more every day. But he goes out there and he does his best every single time, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. And I know, obviously, we had a little bit of rain this morning, so it might be a little bit moist out in the outfield. Do you think that might affect some of the bounces for any balls that make it to the grass?
It might. Some of our players might slip, on that grass. But Sheila, it drains pretty well. Our infield needed some rain really bad, so it looks brand new today. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see how it goes, and just hope these guys can battle it out today.
Just an unfortunate game to have all white jerseys for the outfielders, right?
Right. Yeah, the mamas probably aren't happy, but at least their boys are playing baseball. So
Just going to be a lot of bleach needed, but yeah, excited for this home doubleheader, and of course you have another doubleheader next week, and so good preparation, getting these back-to-back games out of the way, and getting that experience for the team. Well, I want to wish you the best of luck, and thank you for your time.
perfect. Thank you, Augie.
Appreciate it. As you heard, that was my interview with head coach Blaine Humbert of the International Falls Broncos baseball team. And that will encapsulate our Border Chevrolet GMC keys to the game. And coming up, we have our national anthem brought to you by local VFW, post 2948. Join us for burger night and karaoke. And all this is live here from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box. Of course, every scoreboard update throughout today's contest is brought to you by Packaging Corporation of America, and every strikeout is brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For a home professionally cleaned all year round, call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen are going to take good care of you. And also, after the game, we'll have our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, as well as our Domino's Pizza Players of the Game. We'll have one from each game for Domino's Pizza Player of the Game. And so it's going to be a fun one here. And so let's go over our starting lineups for today's varsity baseball action. This is game one of the doubleheader. And so we're going to start with the home team, International Falls Broncos. Leading off for the Broncos is going to be the shortstop, number 17, Huxley Hergis. In the number 2 spot, it's going to be the catcher, Jens Bilbin, who wears number 13. Then he's going to be followed by the center fielder, number 7, Caleb Jocelyn. And then he's followed by number 3, Emmett Levine, who's playing second base for the Broncos. Starting on the mound for the Broncos, and in the number 5 spot is number 15, Jack Berglund. And then he's followed by number 10, Aston Kossow, who's going to be playing left field. Emmett Olson, wearing number 18, is going to be the third baseman for the Broncos today. And then Brooks DeZiel is after Olson. He wears number 20, and he's playing first base. And then rounding out the batting lineup for the Broncos is number 22, the right fielder, Kadem Siegert. And then for the visiting Warroad Warriors batting lineup for today, leading off for the visitors is going to be number 14, the second baseman, Ryan Schamernick. On deck is number 2, Wesley Schreiner, who's playing first base. And then in the hole is going to be number 15, Brady Fast, who's playing shortstop. Number 12, Sam Hard is next, and he's playing center field. And then Barrett Hantred follows him. He wears number 34, and he's the designated hitter for the Warriors. He's in for the flex player, number 27, Maddox Cole, who is the catcher. The number 6 hitter is going to be number 33, Cale Thompson, and Cale Thompson is starting on the mound for Warroad. And then at the 7 spot, it's number 24, Parker Lean, who is the right fielder. He's going to be followed by number 25, Nathaniel Butler, who is playing third base. And rounding out the batting lineup for the Warroad Warriors is number 6, the left fielder, Andrew Mayfield. And that's your starting lineups for today. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on YourLiveEvent.com. We're going to step aside. Coming up is our national anthem, brought to you by local VFW, post 2948. Join us for burger night and karaoke. Of course, that was our Border Chevrolet GMC keys to the game for our pregame show. All this is live from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. Coming up after the national anthems is going to be opening pitch of today's varsity baseball contest between the International Falls Broncos and the Warroad Warriors. It's game one of today's Sheila Field doubleheader. We'll be back after the break.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge.
Well, I suppose now that means it's time to play ball. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for our first pitch of today's varsity contest in this doubleheader on Sheila Field. Starting on the mound for the Broncos is going to be number 15, Jack Berglund. Jack Berglund getting his second start on the mound this season for the Broncos. His first start was earlier on the year in their home game against the Proctor Rails, and he's looking to get a stronger start as the leadoff hitter for the Warriors of Warroad is going to be number 14, Ryan Schamernick. On deck, number 2, Wesley Schreiner, and in the hole, number 15, Brady Fast. Definitely watch out for him running the bases, I suppose. I promise I'm funnier in person. We're live here from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus, your future away to. Right here in your own backyard, Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. Hey, if you're listening or watching on yourliveevent.com, thank you for tuning in today for this varsity contest. Every scoreboard update throughout today's contest is brought to you by Packaging Corporation of America. And for every strikeout thrown by our 2 starting pitchers, Jack Berglund of the Broncos and Cale Thompson of the Warriors. Yeah, it's brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For a home professionally cleaned all year round, call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen is going to take great care of you. And Leading the Broncos is head coach Blaine Humbert, his first year as the Broncos head coach. And head coach for the Warriors is Scott Knutson. Shout out to my coworker over at our Warroad station, John Michael, who I believe is tuning in for this game as well. Hey, shout out to you, John. Thank you for the correction, Josh Koenig, head coach of the Rainy River Voyagers baseball team. Speaking of Rainy River, of course, we're live here from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box. We're getting ready now. Here comes first pitch of today's varsity baseball action here in the Borderland. It's a bit of a chilly one here. It started off in the 40s, and it got only slightly warmer. It is 46 degrees. I believe that's around 6 or 7 degrees Celsius for our Canadian listeners. First pitch from Berglund. That's strike one looking. I don't know. I don't know if folks heard my neighbor, our own athletic director, Tim Ringhofer, but apparently my math got better since coming to the fall. As the bunt by Schomernick allowed for him to get to first base, but then the throw was a little off canter, and so he's going to cruise his way over to second base after the error in the field. So throw a little wide, intended for the first baseman, Brooks DeZiel. And so we have a runner at second base, Ryan Schomernick, as the righty, number 2, Wesley Schreiner, steps up to the plate. He's the first baseman for the Warriors. On deck, number 15, Brady Fast. Jack Berglund, pitch number 1 to Schreiner. That's going to be in the dirt, ball 1. 1-0 count. Runner at second base. Berglund keeping a close eye on that runner at second. Warroad certainly a good team this year. That's going to be swung at, chopped, and fouled. A little too wide there. For a second, Schreiner probably could have had a solid hit, but Emmett Erickson was also there lurking. So 1-1 count for Wesley Schreiner of the Warriors. To think the Broncos are going to have to play 2 Warriors that aren't even the same school. They had the Warroad Warriors in this game 1, and then they face off against the Deer River Warriors as Wesley Schreiner swings and misses. Pitch number 3, that's strike 2, 1-2 count for Schreiner. On deck, Brady Fast in the hole, Sam Hard. Runner at second base for the Warriors. Berglund with the pitch. That's going to be swung at, and that's a foul ball. That one chopped and bounced backwards. Not the way he probably wanted it to go, but he stays alive at the plate, so it's still a 1-2 count. Pitch number 5 from Berglund to Schreiner incoming here. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM and watching on YourLifeEvent.com. That one's going to be a ground ball that goes right to Berglund. Easy throw to first base, and so Schreiner is going to be out at the bag. Schomernick makes his way over to third base after the 1 out. So runner at third base, 1 out as number 15, Brady Fast, steps up to the plate for the Warriors. On deck, Sam Hard in the hole, Barrett Hantret. Jack Berglund, starting pitcher for the Broncos, throws it to third, trying to, the ball ended up bouncing in front of Emmett Olson, the third baseman, and went over his head. So that error is going to allow for Ryan Schomernick to make it home, and Warroad scores a run. It's a 1-0 lead for the Warriors in the top of the first inning on the PCA scoreboard. So Schomernick scores a run after an error at third base. Berglund trying to catch him being sneaky and just was a little too low with the throw intended for Emmett Olson. First pitch to Brady Fast is ball 1. 1-0 count. 1 out, no runners on base. Pitch number 2 from Fast. That's going to be looked off, but that's going to be strike 1. 1-1 count for Brady Fast. Our PCA scoreboard here is missing a ball count. Pitch number 3, thrown by Berglund, swung at, and that's going to go dead center, straight to Caleb Jocelyn. Not much adjustment, maybe a couple steps forward, but that's going to be out on the fly for Brady Fast, and that's out number 2 for the Warroad Warriors. So now it's up to Sam Hard to step up to the plate. Righty hitter for the Warriors here today. No runners on base, 2 outs, and Brady Fast, that second out on the fly. On deck is the designated hitter, Barrett Hantret. First pitch, looked off. That's going to be strike 1 for Sam Hard. So 0-1 count to start for Hard. Or Hurd. I'm assuming it's Hard, but that's going to be ball 1. 1-1 count for Sam Hard. Berglund starting on the mound. After giving up the 1 hit. Pitch from Berglund. That's going to get hit, and that one's popped up high towards left field. Could be a foul ball, but it looks like instead it's going to be out number 3 on the fly, caught by the Broncos left fielder, Aston Kossow. So that's going to be 3 outs and only 1 run to award them for that one. So we're going to go into the bottom of the first inning. The International Falls Broncos trail on the PCA scoreboard 1-0 after Ryan Schomernick was able to get all the way around the bases thanks to a couple of errors by the Broncos. But Broncos defense stayed strong there with 2 flyouts. We're going to get ready for the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM and watching on YourLiveEvent.com.
Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff.
Welcome back to the Rainy River Minnesota North College press box. Turns out earlier, the joke that our dear athletic director Tim Ringhofer made was actually about me correctly predicting that it's about 6 to 7 Celsius, and not thinking I was making a 6-7 joke. I am ashamed of the fact that I made a 6-7 joke because I usually disdain those, but hey, we're at the bottom of the first inning here. The Broncos trail 1-0 on the PCA scoreboard. Pitching for the Warroad Warriors here today is number 33, Cale Thompson. Leading off for the Broncos is number 17, the shortstop Huxley Hergis. On deck, number 13, the catcher Jens Bilbin. In the hole, number 7, the center fielder Caleb Jocelyn. So we're going to get ready as the lefty is leading off for International Falls. Lefty hitter versus righty pitcher. And again, I usually assume most pitchers in high school league are righties. You don't often see a lot of lefties. Hergis, lead off at bat for the Broncos in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch is looked off, and that's going to be strike 1 for Hergis. A low fastball. Pitch number 2. Cale Thompson throws it. That one's going to be a grounder. Gets past Thompson, but picked up by the shortstop. Throw to first, and that's going to be out at the bag. Nice bag work there. And I'm not talking boxing. Brady Fast, the shortstop, picked it up and was able to get a quick throw over to Wesley Schreiner, the first baseman. That's going to be out number 1 for the Broncos. So now it's the righty, number 13, Jens Bilbin, stepping up to the plate for the Broncos. 1 out so far, no runners on base. Pitch from Thompson. That's going to get hit, but fouled. Went a little bit too wide to the right, maybe slightly backwards. So 0-1 count for Jens Bilbin. On deck, number 7, the senior, Caleb Jocelyn, and the hole, number 3, Emmett Levine. Pitch from Thompson. That's going to be wide and outside of the batting zone, or the pitching zone. That's a 1-1 count for Jens Bilbin. Cale Thompson, pitch number 3. That one's going to get hit out towards right center, and that one's heading towards the fence. It's going to stop just short of the fence, but a nice base hit double for Jens Bilbin. What a hit there by the kid. He's been a very solid batter for the Broncos this season, and he showed why. Look at that one. I think they kind of scooted up for him in the outfield, and now they're realizing, hey, maybe we should back up a little next time he's at the plate. Now it's time for the senior, Caleb Jocelyn, to step up to the plate for the Broncos. He's got a runner at second base, 1 out so far. On deck, number 3, Emmett Levine, in the hole, number 15, Jack Berglund. Lefty hitter, Caleb Jocelyn, at the plate. Cale Thomas throws this one in. That's going to be looked off, and that's going to be ball 1. 1-0 count for Jocelyn. Runner at second. Thomas keeping a close eye on that runner, or Thompson, excuse me. That's going to be strike for Caleb Jocelyn. 1-1 count for Jocelyn. Back in the batter's box. Runner at second base, 1 out for the Broncos. Down 1-0 on the PCA scoreboard. Cale Thompson keeping a very close eye on that runner at second. And that's going to be a foul ball for Jocelyn. Ended up pushing that one a bit too far to the left. And so now he's going to step back into the batter's box. Lefty hitter, wanting to get on base, maybe send his teammate around the bases, and maybe even send him home. It's like calling a taxi for someone. Just want to send him home. 1-2 count for Jocelyn. Pitch number 4 from Thompson. Swung at. That's going to be a chopped ground ball picked up by Thompson. He looks off the runner at third. So Jens Bilbin will make it to third for second, and Jocelyn is out at the bag. So runner at third base, 2 outs as number 3, Emmett Levine, steps up to the plate for the Broncos. Probably the smart decision there, as Cale Thompson looked like he was thinking about maybe trying to go for the double play, throwing it to third base, but then he realized that won't be able to get there in time and get the double play, so he just decided to get the easy out at first. First pitch to Emmett Levine is looked off, and that's going to be strike 1 for Levine. That one's going to be chopped and fouled, so now 0-2 count for Levine. Two outs, runner at third base, Levine. 0-2 count for the Broncos after that foul ball. Pitch from Thompson, throws it in. That's swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Strikeout number 1, thrown by Cale Thompson, keeping the Broncos shut out in the first inning. So going into the second inning, the Broncos are going to be trailing on the PCA scoreboard. It is a 1-0 game. Still anyone's ball game as we're early here in this one. Leading off for the Warriors going into the top of the second inning is going to be number 34, Barrett Hantret. On deck, number 33, Cale Thompson. In the hole, number 24, Parker Lean. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSCM and watching on YourLiveEvent.com. It's yours truly, Augie Schmidt here. We'll be back after a quick break.
By the community.
You know all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM. Yours truly, Augie Schmidt here, bringing you some varsity baseball action. It's the Industrial Falls Broncos hosting two Warriors, the Warroad Warriors and the Deer River Warriors. This is game one of our doubleheader with the Warroad Warriors, and they currently lead over the Broncos 1-0 going into this top of the second inning. Leading off at the plate for the Warriors is number 34, the designated hitter, Barrett Hantret. On deck, the pitcher, number 33, Cale Thompson. In the hole, number 24, the right fielder, Parker Lean. Jack Berglund starting on the mound for the Broncos after giving up one hit to the leadoff hitter, Ryan Schomernick, at the top of the first inning. Him, as well as his infielders, were able to play some solid defense and knock down the next three batters that followed. The first pitch to Hanretz is looked off, but that's going to be strike one. So 0-1 count to start. Every strikeout in today's game is brought to you by Service Master of Industrial Falls. Pitch number 2 from Berglund. That's going to be fouled by Hantret. 0-2 count at the plate. For home professionally cleaned, all your Broncos Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen, I got to take good care of you. And Berglund looking to get his first strikeout. That one's going to be wide. Ball 1, 1-2 count for Hantret. In his first at-bat of the game. On deck, number 33, Cale Thompson. Pitch number 4 from Berglund. Thrown in. That one's going to be swung at. Popped up in the air, and that's another foul ball. He stays alive at the plate. So still a 1-2 count, like boxing. Pitch number 5 from Berglund to Hantret. Incoming. Looked off. That's ball 2. 2-2 count. Pitch number 5 incoming. Oh no, number 6 incoming from Berglund. This one is going to be looked off. That's ball 3. Loaded count for Barrett Hantret. Berglund, pitch number 6. Oh no, 7 actually. That time that 6-7 joke was unintentional, but that's looked off. That's going to be a walk for Barrett Hantret, who takes his base as his pitcher. Cale Thompson gets ready to step up to the plate for the Warriors. Runner at first base, no outs. Jack Berglund looking to try and keep the Warriors out of this game. First pitch to Thompson in this pitcher versus pitcher matchup. That's going to go just over the head of Thompson, and looks like Hantret is going to get a pass over to second base with the wild pitch from Berglund. So 1-0 count to start for Cale Thompson. One ball, no strikes, no outs. Runner at second base. Pitch from Berglund. Prepped and ready. Keeping an eye on that runner at second base. Berglund throws this one in. That's going to be close, and they're going to call that strike. So 1-1 count for Cale Thompson. Parker Lean on deck. Nathaniel Butler in the hole. Pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 count. So Berglund looking to get his first strikeout of the game with this 1-2 count. Runner at second base, no outs so far. Berglund throws this one in. That one's going to be just over the head of Thompson once again. So drifting a little bit too far to the left, or his right, my left, with these last couple of pitches, as we have a 2-2 count for Cale Thompson. Pitch from Berglund, swung at, that's going to be popped up high in the air. Could be a foul ball, but the catcher, number 13, Jens Bilbin had a different idea. He decided to catch that one and put Caleb Thompson out of this game. So it's 1 out for the Warriors as Parker Lean, the right fielder, steps up to the plate. He's got a runner at second base and 1 out. So far in the top of the second inning. Pitch from Berglund. Thrown in. That's going to be over the head of Lean. Ball 1. So, once again, Jack Berglund drifting a little to his right with these last couple of pitches. That time he's going to throw a dead center, and that's going to be swing and a miss. 1-1 count for Parker Lean. Refreshing. 1-1 count, 1 out, runner at second base. Berglund with the throw. That's going to be swing and a miss for strike 2. Parker Lean trying to get behind on that one. Really trying to smash that one, but ended up being just over on his swing. So 1-2 count for Lean. Runner at second. Berglund is going to throw strike 3 looking. He throws his first strikeout of the game, and this is brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For a home professionally cleaned all year round, call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen are going to take good care of you. So now it's the lefty hitter, number 25, Nathaniel Butler, up at the plate. A runner at second base, 2 outs. And what so far has been a no-hit inning, but there is technically a hit with that first pitch to Nathaniel Butler, although it was Butler, the one getting hit. Hit by pitch. He's going to take a base. So now runner at first and second. No hits so far allowed in this second inning as Andrew Mayfield steps up to the plate at the bottom of the lineup. On deck, Ryan Schomernick. First pitch is going to be low and looks like it might have hit the thigh or maybe bounced in the dirt right in front of the left thigh of Jens Bilbin, and so that one gets past him. The base runner is able to make it to third and second. So now runners at third and second, 2 outs. So far, it's a 1-0 count for Mayfield. Berglund, pitch number 2 to Mayfield. Loading, thrown in. That's swing and a miss for strike 1. 1-1 count for Mayfield. Runners at second and third, 2 outs so far. Pitch, looked off, and that's going to be ball. 2-1 count for Mayfield. 2 outs. Runners at second and third. 2-1 count. Pitch. Looked off. That's ball 3. Mayfield motioning to his third baseman to stay at third. Don't try and take that one because Bilbin did a good job being a shield and not letting the ball get past him on that low pitch. So it's a 3-1 count. Warriors trying to send a couple of teammates home here. And that's going to be hit dead center. And that's going to drop just in front of Jocelyn, who picks it up, going home. And that's going to be off the mark, so not able to get there in time. Andrew Mayfield gets himself a double, and he also gets a 2-run RBI. It's now 3-0 lead for the Warriors on the PCA scoreboard. So a nice double hit by number 6, Andrew Mayfield, the left fielder. Now we're back at the top of the batting order. It's number 14, Ryan Schomernick of Warroad. Stepping up to the plate, he had himself a base hit. Originally it was just going to be a single, but then the throw to first ended up being wide and off target, and that allowed for him to go all the way to second base. And then he was able to make it to third after a hit by his teammate, Wesley Schreiner. And 1-0 count for Schomernick after the first pitch. Runner at second base, 2 outs. Pitch, that's way off target there. Maybe it's some popcorn, a little bit butter on the fingers on that pitch. It's a 2-0 count for Schomernick. Excuse me. 2-0 count, 2 outs. Runner at third base, Andrew Mayfield. On deck is Wesley Schreiner. pitch from Jack Berglund. Thrown in. That's going to be on the mark. That's going to be a 2-1 count for Ryan Schomernick. Excuse me. Got that feeling I got something in the back of my throat, but I don't know what it is. Bilbin throws that one, and that's going to be in the dirt and gets past Bilbin. That's going to be ball 3, and that's going to be a run scored for the Warriors by Andrew Mayfield after the wild pitch. So Bilbin might need to take a quick timeout, maybe get a meeting at the mound and try and get his bearings straight here, because so far, if his bearings aren't straight, his pitches aren't going to be straight either. And they haven't been. 3-1 count for Ryan Schomernick. No runners on base, 2 outs. Broncos just need to get one more out to send this to the bottom of the second, but that's not going to be what they're looking for. That's a walk. Ryan Schomernick takes first base. He's been walked, and now he had a hit in his first one. He's 1 for 1. Now it's Wesley Schreiner getting ready to step up to the plate, and now we're having our meeting at the mound. And admittedly, I feel like we probably should have had this one sooner. But Jack Berglund just needing some encouragement from his team, needing to refocus, recenter himself. There's going to be a runner at first base after this timeout at the mound is done for. Wesley Schreiner, he was out at the bag in his previous at-bat in the first inning. On deck, Brady Fast in the hole, Sam Hard. Still 2 outs. Runner at first. 4-0 lead for the Warroad Warriors. For those of you tuning in on yourliveevent.com, I apologize. I forgot to update the score on Your Live Event. But it's a 4-0 game, and he's got to go for the steal, and his second baseman and shortstop weren't able to get there in time, so I think Berglund made the right choice not throwing it to second, because that might risk Schomernick getting more than just one base stolen. So, runner at second base, first pitch, and that's going to be a grounder picked up by the third baseman. Throw across to first, and that's going to be caught, and that's out at the bag. Wesley Schreiner is out. That's the third out of the top of the second inning. A nice throw from Emmett Olson all the way across the field to Brooks DeZiel to get that third out. And we're going to get ready for the bottom of the second inning. Leading off for the Broncos is going to be number 15, Jack Berglund. On deck, number 10, Asen Kasau. In the hole, number 18, Emmett Olson. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM and watching on yourliveevent.com.
To gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting...
So, after a 3-run top of the first inning, the Broncos are down 4-0 on the PCA scoreboard. They're looking to try and climb back here in the bottom of the second as Jack Berglund is going to lead off for International Falls. On deck is Asen Kasau on the hole, Emmett Olson. They got close for a second there to maybe getting a run in that first inning as Jens Bilbin got a nice double, made it a second base, but then unfortunately Emmett Levine was struck out, and that ended up being the third out of that inning. Both teams, both pitchers, Jack Berglund, who is at the plate for the Broncos, and on the mound at the moment, Cale Thompson, both have a strikeout each, and every strikeout in today's game is brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. First pitch from Thompson, thrown in, that's dead center, looked off, but that's going to be strike one for Jack Berglund. We're live here from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box. Getting ready. Every scoreboard update brought to you by Packaging Corporation of America. That's a low one in the dirt. That's 1-1 count for Jack Berglund. Berglund, first trip to the plate in today's contest, and wanting to start things off strong for his team with a 4-run deficit early in the game. That's going to be low ball. And see, I think from the sound of it, Cale Townsend was a little surprised that was called a ball as well. But it's a 2-1 count for Jack Berglund. Thompson with the pitch. That's going to be a little bit too far to his left, my right. And that's going to be ball 3. So 3-1 count for Berglund. Great patience at the plate. Has yet to actually swing at a pitch. He could swing at this one, though. That one's dead center. Ground ball. Ends up getting all the way to second base. Picked up by the shortstop. Thrown to first. And that's going to be out at the bag. So something to note for the Broncos. And Jens Bilbin was able to figure that out. Is hit it to the grass. Get it past the infield. Because very strong infielders for this Warroad team. As they get that first out at base 1. First base. Yes, I know I called it base 1. So 1 out as number 10, Aston Kossow, the left fielder, steps up to the plate for his first at-bat of the game. Emmett Olson is on deck. Brooks DeZiel in the hole. First pitch from Thompson to Kossow. That's strike 1 looking. Wind picking up a little bit there. Feels like it's blowing towards me, but maybe that's just because I have these big old wind tunnels for windows in front of me. That second pitch is going to be a bit wide there. 1-1 count for Kossow. Thompson, pitch number 3. That's going to be a hit, dead center right, but not far enough. Can't get it past the center fielder. Number 12, Sam Hard, who gets the out in the field. So Aston Kossow, nice contact, just maybe had a little too much air underneath it, and so that's going to be our second out of this second inning. As Emmett Olson, the lefty, steps out to the plate for his first at-bat of the game. No runners on base, 2 outs. Warroad trying to play some shutout defense here early in the contest. On deck, Brooks DeZiel for the Broncos. Pitch from Thompson. That's going to be hit and go into the coincidentally bouncing right off of the thigh, maybe the glove of Thompson, and let's just say he did that on purpose because that one was going right for his thigh. He ended up trying to catch it, but instead bounced off and just ended up going right towards first base. So ended up being, unfortunately for Emmett Olson, an easy out for the Warriors to make as the first baseman picked up the ball and got to the bag in time. So that's 3 batters stepped up, 3 batters knocked down by the infield work of the Warriors. We're going to get ready for our third inning of action here. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on YourLiveEvent.com.
Community. Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know, all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. Yours truly, Augie Schmidt here live on the PCA, or from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box. And leading off for the Warriors. Going into this top of the third inning with a 4-0 lead is number 15, Brady Fast. On deck, number 12, Sam Hard. In the hole, number 34, Barrett Hanret. Brady Fast 0 for 1 after his first appearance in that first inning after he was out on the fly, heading it dead center towards Caleb Jocelyn, the center fielder for the Broncos. So now he's looking to get some redemption here in the second trip to the plate. Jack Berglund starting on the mound for the Broncos. First pitch, that's looked off, and that's a low ball 1 to start his count off at 1-0 for the shortstop, Brady Fast. 1-0 count, pitch number 2. That's hit dead center again, a little slightly to the right, and unfortunately that's going to be out in the field. So Brady Fast can't get it past the right fielder, Kadem Siegert, and that's going to be out number 1 for Warroad. Brady Fast can't catch a break. So now it's 1 out as Sam Hard, number 12 of the Warriors, steps up to the plate for Warroad. First pitch is going to be wide to my right, Berglund's left. 1-0 count for Sam Hard. He was out on the fly. His out was hit towards left field. It would have been a foul ball, but Asen Casa decided he wanted to put him out. That's a wild pitch from Berglund that goes a couple of feet behind the back of the batter, Sam Hard. 2-0 count. Weather still a little bit chilly. Doesn't help that we don't have any sunlight and all these gloomy clouds. That's ball 3. 3-0 count for Sam Hard. Berglund, he has walked 2 batters so far in this game and hit 1. That's going to be a high ball 4. 4-0 count there, and Sam Hard is going to get the walk over to first base as the lefty hitter, number 34, Barrett Hanret, is going to step up to the plate for the Warriors. He was walked in his previous at-bat in the second inning. He led things off in the second inning, in fact, and now he's looking to get a chance to take a swing here. Swung at it, the first pitch. That one is going to be foul, though. So had some nice distance, but unfortunately went a little bit too wide to the left there. Pushed it too much. And so that's going to be strike 1 on the foul ball for Barrett Henry. So 0-1 count. 1 out so far. Runner at first base. 0-1 count. Berglund ready for pitch number 2. The runner is going towards second. Can't get the throw there in time. Also was a little wide to the right. So that's going to be a stolen base for Sam Hard of the Warriors. Oh, and 1 count. Pitch from Berglund. That's going to be a grounder, and that's going to go past DeZiel. Had an awkward bounce at the plate and made his way to the outfield. So that's going to be a base hit single, 1-run RBI for Barrett Hanret. He sends home Sam Hard. And now it's a 5-0 lead for Warroad on the PCA scoreboard. So 1 out so far. Cale Thompson stepping up to plate. He hits one that's going to be a foul ball. Too wide. Pulled it too far to the left. So strike 1. Runner at first base. Barrett Hanret. Only 1 out so far for the Warriors in the top of the 3rd inning. Pitch from Berglund. Swung at but fouled. Just too much underneath that one as that one goes backwards. So 0-2 count for Cale Thompson. He was out on the fly on a foul ball that got caught by Jens Bilbin, the catcher for the Broncos. Wind picking up a little bit here in this at bat could spell trouble for Caleb Thompson. If he tries to hit it towards the fences, he will hit it towards the wrong fences. That's a foul ball. 0-2 count still for Caleb Thompson. Runner at first base, 1 out. Staying alive here at the plate. Caleb Thompson gets ready for this next pitch from Berglund. That one's going to get a grounder over to the second baseman. Throw to first, and it gets past Brooks DeZiel. It would bounce in front of his glove, and so the error on the infield continues to be an issue for the Broncos. Could have been an easy out at first, but instead ended up sending Caleb Thompson all the way to second base and Barrett Henretz over to third. 1 out so far, and Parker Lean is stepping up to the plate. He was struck out in his previous at-bat. He's looking for some redemption here. Caleb Thompson, runner at second, swing and a miss for Lean. Too anxious to try and send home both of his teammates that are on the bases. So 0-1 count for Lean. Pitch is going to be high, ball 1, 1-1 count. One out, runners at second and third. It's a tied 1-1 count. Pitch from Jack Berglund. Incoming. This one comes in as ball 2. 2-1 count. On deck, Nathaniel Butler in the hole. Andrew Mayfield. 2-1 count. Pitch number 4. Comes in. That's going to be strike 2 looking. Wind picking up a little bit more. It's a bit of a chilly one here. I probably should have worn a thicker coat, apparently. I'm just... that's going to be ball 3. 3-2 count. Sorry, I had something in my throat there. That's going to be swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 2 of the game for Jack Berglund. So 2 outs. We have a runner at second and third as number 25, Nathaniel Butler, steps up to the plate. He was hit by a pitch in his previous at-bat. Berglund will probably want to avoid hitting him and try and get that third out and keep it to a 5-0 lead. First pitch, that's strike 1. Looking. Nathaniel Butler. On deck, Andrew Mayfield. In the hole, Brian Schomernick. 0-1 count. Pitch. That's going to be ball 1. 1-1 count. All this is live from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box. The PCA scoreboard says Warroad leads 5-0. 2 outs in the top of the third inning. That's ball 2. So 2-1 count on the PCA scoreboard for Nathaniel Butler. 2 outs. Warroad has some nice momentum from their second inning where they had 3 runs scored. That's going to be smashed out towards right field. But look out. The Broncos almost able to get there, just out of reach of the right fielder, Kadem Seeger. And that's a triple, baby, for number 25, Andrew Mayfield. And so he's going to send home his teammates, Caleb Thompson and Barrett Henretz, with that triple. That's another 3-run inning for the Warriors. In the top of the third, it's 7-0 on the PCA scoreboard. Jack Berglund getting ready to pitch to Andrew Mayfield. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. He had a double in his previous at-bat. That's ball 1. 1-1 count. Two outs, runner at third base. Pitch number 3 from Berglund to Mayfield in the second at bat of the game. That's going to be strike 2. 1-2 count for Mayfield. One-two count. Runner at third with 2 outs, needing one more. That's looked off. That's ball 2. Ooh. Low fastball there. That's going to be wild. Ball 3 by Berglund. 3-2. It's a full count for Andrew Mayfield at the plate in the top of the third inning. Just wants to send home his teammate who's chilling at third base. He'll swing at that one, but that's going to be a foul ball. So he stays alive at the plate with the 3-2 count. Andrew Mayfield, as I said, had a double in his previous at-bat. He's 1 for 1, second trip to the plate. Wants to go for 2 for 2. It's a full count for him as we get ready. Fouled the last one. That's going to be a walk for Mayfield. So runners at first and third base for the Warroad Warriors. We're getting a quick timeout over at the mound. Coach trying to have some words of encouragement. I think, unfortunately for Jack Berglund, he will have to have a change of the guard for pitching. So we're going to get ready. Looks like he's being sent to the outfield. And so we're going to take a step aside, listen to a couple of our sponsors as we get ready for our change in the guard. It looks like it's going to be number 17 of the Broncos, Huxley Hergis, stepping on the mound for International Falls. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on yourliveevent.com.
Business loan that fits. True Star Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. So, change of the guard here, and stepping onto the mound for the Broncos is going to be number 17, the shortstop Huxley Hergis. Jens Bilbin moved from pitcher to shortstop, I do believe. Runners at first and third. With 2 outs, we're back at the top of the batting lineup for the Warroad Warriors. It's Ryan Schomernick. He is 1 for 1, was walked in the second at bat. That's going to be ball 1. 1-0 count for Schomernick. 2 outs, runners at first and third. Huxley Hergis, second pitch of his step in for relief. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1 for Schomernick. 1-1 count. One and one count. Pitch. That's going to be foul ball. And so Andrew Mayfield isn't going to be too happy there. He had a solid steal at second, and now he has to go all the way back just because his teammate decided to hit a foul ball. So it's a 1-2 count for Ryan Schomernick. Runners at first and third, 1-2 count for Schomernick. Just needs one more out to send us to the bottom of the third inning. Pitch from Hergis is going to be in the dirt and a bit wide to his left, my right. That's ball 2. 2-2 count for Schomernick. Pitch from Hergis. With someone stealing, that's popped up high in the air. Is it going to be located? It is. That's Brooks DeZiel, the first baseman, who catches that one, and so that's going to be out. Number 3, we get to go to the bottom of the third inning. Warroad, they've had back-to-back innings of 3-run ball. And they have a 7-0 lead going into the bottom of the third. Broncos, they need to get their hitting figured out. They've had 1 hit so far, and now it's going to be Brooks DeZiel leading off for International Falls. On deck, Kadem Siegert in the hole. Huxley Hergis, you're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSCM and watching on YourLiveEvent.com. PCA scoreboard says it's 7-0. Warroad leads.
They have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSCM. We're entering the bottom of the third inning. The International Falls Broncos trail on the PCA scoreboard 7-0 against the Warroad Warriors. Broncos so far only have 1 hit in the game. It is that one came from Jens Bilbin, a double in the first inning. Now it's Brooks DeZiel leading off for the Broncos. On deck, Kadem Siegert in the hole. Huxley Hergis. So far, only 2 strikeouts in this game for Berglund. That's strike 1 looking for DeZiel. Starting pitcher for the Warriors, Cale Thompson has 1 strikeout in the game. Every strikeout brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For home professionally clean all year round. Call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen are going to take good care of you. Second pitch to Brooks DeZiel. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2, 0-2 count. Pitch number 3 from Thompson. That's wide, ball 1. So, 1-2 count for DeZiel. Pitch from Thompson. That's going to be in the dirt and gets past him. 2-2 count for Brooks DeZiel on ball 2. 2-2 count. Pitch number 5 from Thompson to DeZiel. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Strikeout number 2 of the game for Thompson. Every strikeout brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For home professionally clean all year round, call Service Master at 218-234-4475. Todd Gretchen are going to take good care of you. Caden Seegert stepping up to the plate for the Broncos. His first at-bat of the game on deck. Huxley Hergis back at the top of the batting order. Pitch from Thompson, looked off. That's ball 1. Thompson with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 count. Pitch number 3 with a 1-1 count. That's looked off. And that's going to be strike 2. 1-2 count for Caden Seegert. So now it's time for the 4th pitch of the game. One batter has been struck out for 1 out. That's swing and a miss. That's going to be strikeout number 3. Out number 2 of the inning here in the bottom of the 3rd. So 3 strikeouts for Cale Thompson. And every strikeout is brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For home professionally cleaned all your on, call Service Master at 218-234-4475. Todd Gretchen again take good care of you. The lefty hitter Huxley Hergis stepping into the plate. For the Broncos on deck, Jens Bilbin. First pitch swung at, and that's going to be a foul ball. Pushed wide left by Hergis. So 0-1 count to start. Back at the top of the batting order, Hergis started as a shortstop. Now he got moved to the mound for the Broncos. So 0-1 count. Pitch number 2 from Thompson. That's looked off. That's going to be strike 2 looking. Just inside of the zone with that second pitch. 0-2 count for Hergis. 2 outs, no runners on base. Pitch from Thompson, swing, and that's chopped and fouled. Accidentally pulling this one a little bit too far to the right. So 0-2 count still. Pitch number 4 from Thompson. Thrown in. That's going to be swung at, and that's another foul ball. So Hergis having some contact here, but unable to keep it within the lines. So he stays alive at the plate, though, with an 0-2 count still. This is going to be pitch number 5 from Thompson to Hergis. Thrown in. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Strikeout number 4 of the game for Thompson, and that's going to send us into the 4th inning, and the Broncos still trail on the PCA scoreboard. It is 7-0. Warroad leads as we get ready for the top of the 4th inning. Leading off for the Warriors is going to be number 2, Wesley Schreiner. On deck, number 15, Brady Fast. In the hole, number 12, Sam Hard. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. You're live here from the Rainy River campus, Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus, start your voyage right here in your own backyard in Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. Yours truly, Augie Schmidt here. PCA scoreboard says going into the fourth inning, it's a 7-0 lead for the Warroad Warriors as Wesley Schreiner is going to lead off here in the top of the fourth. Back-to-back innings of 3-run ball have helped build up this lead, and the Broncos have struggled to get their own runs on the board despite having a couple of opportunities here and there. So now the Broncos are having to try and keep Warroad at just under a 10-run lead so they can send this into extra innings and maybe give themselves a chance for a comeback. First pitch from Huxley Hergis, the reliever for the Broncos. He stepped in towards the end of the third inning in relief. 1-0 count. Pitch number 2 is going to be ball 2. 2-0 count for Hergis to Wesley Schreiner. Brady Fast on deck. Pitch number 3 from Huxley Hergis. Incoming. He winds up as, strike 1. Looking for Schreiner. 2-1 count. Two 2-1 count. That's going to be ball 3. 3-1 count. Apparently the wind isn't too bad up here. I find that hard to believe. But apparently the wind is much worse out there, so I hate to be out there on the field. That's a foul ball, as it's going to go out of reach of Brooks DeZiel, who was in pursuit. So now it's a full count for Wesley Schreiner. 3-2. Brady Fast on deck. That's going to be a grounder over to third base, and it goes between the legs of Emmett Olson, the third baseman. So Wesley Schreiner gets himself a single. So the infield errors continue to be an absolute nuisance for the Broncos. They have 4 of them. I mean, nightmare is also a good word for it, but I wanted to be a little bit nicer about it.
We appreciate that. So grandmas appreciate it.
Shout out to my fellow press box attendees up here in the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box. PCA scoreboard says it's 7-0 lead for Warroad. No outs, runner at first base. And Brady Fast is going to look that one off. That's going to be a strike. They call a strike on that one. So it's a 0-1 count as Schreiner is able to get a pass over to second base. So runner at second base, no outs, 0-1 count. Hergis trying to keep a close eye on that runner at second. So Huxley Hergis with the pitch. That's a wild pitch there. That gives plenty of time. Wesley Schreiner practically jogging to third base after that pitch to make it a 1-1 count for Brady Fast. Sam Hard on deck. Barrett Henretz in the hole for the Broncos. Wind picking up a little bit here, blowing right into my face, and it's not pleasant because I forgot a thicker coat. Pitch, that's going to be hit, but that's a foul. One-two count for Brady Fast following the foul ball. And no outs so far. Runner at third base. Brady Fast looking to send a teammate home. He has 0 for 2. He was out on the fly both times. He stepped up to the plate. This is his third chance. That one's going to be a wild ball, too. And Wesley Schreiner feels comfortable enough to jog to home plate and make it an 8-0 game here in the 4th inning. So Warroad Warriors leading by a large margin. Broncos, they got to avoid the mercy rule, so they got to keep Warroad under 10 runs. 1-2 count for Brady Fast. Pitch from Hergis. That's going to be strike. And that's a strikeout number 1 of the game for Huxley Hergis. Strikeout number 3 for the team of Broncos. So every strikeout in today's game brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For a home professionally cleaned all year round. Call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen are going to take good care of you. Sam Hard made it onto the base once and a walk. He's 0 for 1 at the plate. Third trip to the plate for Hard. He hits that one, a grounder that makes it all the way to the grass. And so he gets himself an easy base hit single. So runner at first base, 1 out so far as Barrett Henrett steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 1. He's made it to the base twice. A walk and a single in his 2 at-bats. Third trip to the plate. Throw to first base. Can't catch Sam Hard lacking at first. So still waiting on the first pitch from Huxley Hergis to Barrett Henrett. Hergis throws the first again. Really trying to warn that runner at first base, hey, don't you get yourself a lead off there. But Sam Hard is saying, hey, I really want to have a lead off. So, pitch, swing and a miss. That's strike 1 for Henrett. First pitch from Hergis to Henrett. Throw to first base again. Still can't catch Sam Hard off. So 0-1 count for Henrett. Cale Thompson on deck. Runner at first base. 1 out so far for the Warriors. That's going to be a grounder picked up by the second baseman and can't get the double play, so that's a fielder's choice for Henrett to make it to first, but his teammate is not as lucky. Sam Hard caught at second base, and so that's 2 outs now going in this top of the 4th inning as Cale Thompson steps up to the plate for Warroad with a runner at first base. Pitch from throw to first. Can't catch the runner off guard in time. Hergis. First pitch was a ball. 1-0 count for Cale Thompson. Cale Thompson is 1 for 2 in batting. He had a double in his previous at-bat, and he was out on the fly in his first at-bat. Pitch from Hergis. Looked off. That's going to be ball 1. Or ball 2, excuse me. Cale Thompson looking at a 2-0 count. Wind picking up a little. Again. It keeps picking up. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Pitch from Hergis. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1. 2-1 count for Cale Thompson. Runner at first base, 2 outs. Trying to hold the Warriors to just 1 run in this 4th inning. That's going to be ball 3, though. Bit too high there. Trying to get Cale Thompson to bite at it, but he will not. 3-1. Pitch from Hergis. That's looked off. That's ball 4. Cale Thompson gets the walk. So runners at first and second as Parker Lean steps up to the plate. He's been struck out twice in this contest. He is 0 for 2. Third trip to the plate in this game. He's got a runner at first and second with 2 outs. Pitch from Hergis. Swing at. That's going to be a ground ball that gets past the third baseman, Emmett Olson. And so now rounding to home, we could have a possible force. Oh! He can't keep a hold of it. Jens Bilbin, for a second, had the ball in his glove, but it bounced out. And so that allowed for Barrett Henrett to make it home on a wild run there. Parker Lee gets the fielder's choice. And now we have a runner at second and third, 1 out, and Warroad was able to add a run to their total. It's now 9-0 on the PCA scoreboard. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. Huxley Hergis to Nathaniel Butler. Butler has been 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch, and then he had a triple in his previous at-bat. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Warroad has been very strong with the situational hitting. That's a swing and a miss. 1-1 count for Butler. Hergis. Pitch number 3. That's going to be hit dead center. Caleb Jocelyn locates it, and that's going to be out on the fly. Warroad still able to add 2 more to their total. They're going to go into the bottom of the 4th inning, leading over the Broncos, 9-0 Broncos. They want to avoid the shutout. Leading off for them, going into this bottom of the 4th, is number 13, Jens Bilbin. On deck, number 7, Caleb Jocelyn. In the hole, number 3, Emmett Levine. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll be back after the break.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know, all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. Yours truly, Augie Schmidt here from the Rainy River Press Box. And PCA scoreboard says it's a 9-0 lead for the Warroad Warriors going into the bottom of the 4th inning. The starting pitcher, number 33, Cale Thompson, has thrown 4 strikeouts today in this win, and every strikeout is brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For home professionally cleaned all year round, call Service Master at 218-233-4475. Todd Gretchen, again, take good care of you. Leading off for the Broncos, number 13, Jens Bilbin. He had a double in his previous at-bat. He's 1 for 1. He'll hit the first one. That's going to be popped up high in the air, and unlucky for him because that's going to get located and then caught by the shortstop. So that's going to be out number 1 for the Broncos. Caleb Jocelyn stepping up to the plate next. He was out at the bag, 0 for 1. Out on deck, Emmett Levine, number 3, the number 4 hitter for the Broncos. Jocelyn stepping into the batter's box here, trying to get some energy going, trying to get some juice going in this team. Needing that energy right now in this bottom of the 4th inning, down and risking a mercy roll. He'll hit the first pitch, but unfortunately, that flies right to the glove of the left fielder. That's out on the fly for Caleb Jocelyn. So 2 outs as Emmett Levine steps up to the plate for the Broncos. No runners on base. Down on the PCA scoreboard, 9-0. Warroad has had very strong defensive work here, not having to throw a lot of strikeouts, giving Caleb Thompson a break. That's going to be foul ball, strike one for Emmett Levine. He was struck out in his previous at-bat. 0-1 count, pitch from Thompson. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball one, 1-1 count. As I was saying, Caleb Thompson hasn't really had to throw a whole bunch of strikeouts. As it's been a very complimentary defensive work between him and his fielders. Looking to continue that. Looked off. That's ball one. 1-1 count for Emmett, or should be 2-1 count, I believe. So pitch from Thompson. That's going to be swung at, but that's going to be a foul ball unless it's caught. It will not be caught, so luckily for Emmett Levine, he stays alive at the plate. He's got 2 strikes, though, so he's got to be careful. If it's going to be in the zone, he better swing. I've tried to see if the heater works, and it doesn't. No. Not for as long as I've been calling games, unfortunately, because it is getting a little chilly out here, up here, folks. Man, you'd think it's starting to get warmer by now. We're almost middle of May. Pitch from Thompson. That's going to be a grounder over to the first baseman. And so, unfortunately for the Broncos, that's out at the bag for Emmett Levine, out number 3. And we're going to go into the 5th inning now. Broncos have been shut out in 4 straight and are risked at being mercy ruled here on Sheila Field. So get ready for 5th inning of baseball action. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on yourliveevent.com.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. My weather app says we're supposed to get some rain around 3:23, I think is what it said. So hopefully not. So we can continue having our double header here. But I will admit, I do certainly regret not having a thicker coat to wear, as it has gotten chilly up here in the press box. Sponsored by Rainy River, Minnesota North College. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. Andrew Mayfield leading off for the Warriors. On deck, number 14, Ryan Schamernick. In the hole, number 2, Wesley Schreiner. Huxley Hergis stepped in for relief for the Broncos. He's got 1 strikeout in the game. That's hit off the first pitch out towards left field, and it's going to go over the head of the Broncos left fielder. And so that's going to be a double, make it a triple here. Reflects my order for fast food, and decision not to throw it to third base will allow for Andrew Mayfield to make it safely to third. And so he's 2 for 2 and has made it onto the base 3 times after he was walked in his second at-bat of the game. So now Warroad is going to have their 7th hit of the game. we could possibly have some heat in the press box. Pitch from Hergis, that's hit, and that's out towards right field. Diving catch, and he's got it! Sacrifice fly by Ryan Shamanick sends home Andrew Mayfield, but you gotta give credit to the diving effort on the catch for the Broncos right fielder. Oh my goodness, Kadem Seeger, what an effort there to get the out. And so that's going to be out number 1 for Warroad. No runners on base. It's a 10-0 lead, so Warroad does have the mercy rule after the sacrifice out. And so now pitch swung at, and Wesley Schreiner is going to get strike 1. Yeah, they scored. Sacrifice fly on the out. That's going to be swung at, but that's going to be a foul ball. Warroad already with the 10-run lead for the mercy rule. The Broncos can hold them to just 10 runs and then get 1 run themselves. Then they can avoid the shutout. Hergis with the pitch. That's going to be swung at. Grounder over to the shortstop. Stopped. Throw to first. And it's not there in time. In fact, it's going to be off target. And so Wesley Schreiner is going to cruise his way over to second. He's going to be given second because it looks like the ball made its way past the fence for the fielding. So he'll get a double out of that one. And I can kind of smell the heater working. Yeah. That's nice, though. That's nice to have the heater on. So we have a runner at second base, 1 out for the Warroad Warriors as Brady Fast steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Can't catch a break. He's trying to get himself his first hit of the game. And it looks like they're going to give him third base. That's a balk by our pitcher here. 6 errors is a stat line to look at for the Broncos. That has really, really hurt them today, is those 6 errors. 7 hits for Warroad. Oh my gosh, so much 6-7. I hate it so much. Pitch from Hergis. That's going to be looked in. That's ball strike for Brady Fast. So 0-1 count. Runner at third base after the balk. Hergis with a runner at third, 1 out. Pitch comes in. That's going to be looked off for ball 1. 1-1 count for Brady Fest. On deck, Sam Hard. In the hole, Barrett Henrett. That's going to be hit. Line drive out towards center field. Drops down, picked up, and that's a 1-run RBI single. Brady Fast gets his first hit of the game, and he sends home a teammate. The runner at third, Wesley Schreiner. Wanted to make sure I got his name right. So now it's a 11-0 lead for the Warriors here in the 5th inning of play. Runner at first base, 1 out. Sam Hard at the plate. Looks off the first one. That's ball 1. Throw to first base. So something that makes no sense to me is a throw when there's a runner heading towards first base is off target. But when it's a throw trying to catch a runner leading off at first, they're able to get it dead center. So tough work there for the Broncos, trying to catch the runner off base. It's still a 1-1 count for Sam Hard. So pitch, that's high, ball 2. 2-1 count for Sam Hard. Barrett Henrett on deck, Cale Thompson in the hole. 2-1 count, runner at first base. Pitch, that's going to be fouled. Brooks DeZiel in pursuit, but he can't get there in time. That one's going to also go a little bit too far out of play. So 2-2 count. I do believe. Nope, 2-1 count. 2-1 count for Sam Hard of the Warriors. Runner at first base, 1 out. It's 2-1. Pitch from Hergis. That's going to be swung at. That's going to be strike 2 with the foul ball. So now it's 2-2 count. It's a 11-0 lead for Warroad. Broncos need 1 run or 2 runs to send it into extra innings. That's going to be chopped ground ball picked up by DeZiel, and it looks like he's able to get the tag in time. The blue says he was tagged before he got to first, and it looks like that's out number 3, perhaps. Or no, out number 2, my bad. Out number 2, Sam Hard. Runner at third base, Brady Fast. Batting for the Warriors, number 34, Barrett Henrett. That's strike 1. So 0-1 count for Henrett. Runner at third base. That's going to be a foul ball, possibly. But Emmett Olson, excuse me, wrong. Actually, no, that's number 24 of the Broncos playing third base now. I didn't notice the substitution until just now. I believe that is Kyle Kramer, the third baseman for the Broncos, who gets the fly out against Barrett Henrett, and that's going to be out number 3. We're going to go into the bottom of the 5th inning. The Broncos trail on the PCA scoreboard 11-0 after being shut out 4 in a row. They need to get 2 runs to send it into extra innings, and they need to send it to 11 to tie it. And 12 can possibly win them. Or not, 12 would only win them the game in walk-off if it was in the 7th inning. So you're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on YourLiveEvent.com. All this is live from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box.
And we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know, all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. 1-0 count to start for Jack Berglund, the leadoff hitter for this bottom of the 5th inning of action. 2 runs and send us into extra innings and avoid the mercy rule. That's strike 1 looking for Berglund. Broncos struggling at the plate. They only have 1 hit to account for compared to Warroad's 8. Also, another big factor, 6 errors to none. Broncos struggling on the infield work. That's going to be strike 2 on the foul ball as Berglund a little underneath on the swing, and that one accidentally sent it into the helmet of the Warroad catcher, number 27, Maddox Cole. So 1-2 count for Berglund of the Broncos. Lead off at bat on deck, Aston Cuss out in the hole, Emmett Olson or Kyle Kramer. Pitch from Thompson. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, swinging. So that's going to be strikeout number 5 of the game for Cale Thompson. 1 out. No runners on base for Easton Kossow stepping into the batter's box. Cale Thompson throws that one in. That's strike 1 looking. On deck, Emmett Olson in the hole. Brooks DeZiel, but it looks like it's Kyle Kramer subbing into the game for Olson. One and one count. One count. Pitch number 3. That's going to be swung at and a line drive out towards right field. Aston Kossow makes it on base with the single. So now it's time for Emmett Olson, or excuse me, Kyle Kramer, to step up to the plate for the Broncos. Subbed into the game for Emmett Olson. It looks like the blue. Just confirming, 24 for 18. Kyle Kramer stepped up to the batter's box for the Broncos. 1 out so far, runner at first base. 2 runs for the Broncos can send this into extra innings. 1 run or less, or 1 run or none. Mercy rules the Broncos in the 5th inning. Cale Thompson, starting pitcher for Warroad, throws ball 1. 1-0 count for Kyle Kramer. 1-0 count. Pitch number 2 incoming. That's a swing and a miss for strike, maybe a foul, but either way, that's still going to be strike 1. 1-1 count for Kyle Kramer. One and one. Pitch. Looks like we're going to have a stolen second base. Yes, indeed. Aston Kossow steals second for the Broncos. We got a runner at second base. And the count, I do believe, is 2-1, I believe. Pitch number 4 from Thompson. That's going to be a foul ball. So I believe 2-2 count. 1-2. 1-2 count for Kramer. Runner at second base. Pitch from Thompson. That's going to be ball 2. 2-2 count for Kramer. Two and two, runner at second, 1 out for the Broncos. Bottom of the 5th. Pitch. That's going to be hit towards right center, slightly to the right, and caught on the run by Warroad's right fielder, Parker Lean. So that's going to be out on the fly for the Broncos, out number 2, as Brooks DeZiel steps up to the plate for International Falls. On deck, Kadem Siegert. In the hole, Huxley Hergis. 2 outs, runner at second base. Brooks DeZiel was struck out in his previous at-bat. Looking to redeem himself here. He's 0 for 1 at the plate. Easton Kossow. Swung at the first pitch. That's going to be high and out towards right field. Lean in pursuit and dropped in the field. Brooks DeZiel gets himself a 1-run RBI single. Broncos crack the goose eggs. And Aston Kossow makes it home. So now it is 11-1. If Broncos can score 1 more run, then they can send this into a 6th inning. As number 22, Kadem Siegert, steps up to the plate for International Falls. Light sprinkle picking up here, folks. hopefully this doesn't play a factor in this game and the next. That's going to be hit, but that's high and towards center left field. And dropped in the outfield, much like the hit for Brooks DeZiel. The miscommunication in the outfield led to Kadem Seager making it all the way to second base. Brooks DeZiel, the runner at third. It's a 2-out, runners at second and third situation as we're back at the top of the batting order. And Huxley Hergis trying to send home a couple of his teammates. 2 outs so far. Broncos, if they can get one more run, they can send this into an extra 6th inning. And if they continue trying to pile up runs here late, they can maybe try and put on a comeback. But it's going to take a lot of hits, a lot of them, to try and come back. But it also needs some very good defensive work from the Broncos. First pitch, strike one, looking for Huxley Hergis. 0-1 count, runner at second and third. 2 outs for the Broncos. Down 11-1 on the PCA scoreboard. Pitch from Thompson. Looked in. That's strike 2 looking. So Huxley Hergis trying to show patience at the plate. But Thomas keeps throwing it dead center. So it's a 0-2 count for Huxley Hergis. He is 0 for 2. Batting, struck out in his previous at-bat. Pitch from Thompson, chopped and ground ball. That's fair. Throw to first base, and it's off the glove. Huxley Hergis sends 2 home on the single. So Broncos force a second extra inning here. It's 11-3 on the PCA scoreboard. Broncos with some very solid hitting here in the bottom of the 5th, trying to surmount some kind of comeback. They are down by 8 runs, though, so they need to have some very impressive hitting in the innings to follow. And could start here. Very good situational hitting, too, from the Broncos. 2 outs, and they were able to score 2 runs. 3 runs, actually, with 2 outs. Two runs with 3 outs. I had to correct myself there. So 1-0 count for Jens Bilbin. He'll hit that one. That's going to be fouled. And that's a 1-1 count for Jens Bilbin. He's 1 for 2 at the plate, out on the fly in his previous at-bat, and a double in his first at-bat. Runner at first base. 2 outs, 1-1 count for Bilbin. Warroad leads 11-3 on the PCA scoreboard. And Broncos did a good job forcing that extra inning. Throw to first base, and that's going to end this one, at least end this inning, because Broncos had some great late hitting in the 5th inning to force a 6th inning. So we're not done here yet, folks. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. This is some varsity baseball action here. The Broncos against the Warriors. PCA scoreboard says the Warriors lead 11-3 going into the 6th inning of action here. We got more baseball for you on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and on YourLiveEvent.com.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. The Warroad Warriors with an 8-run lead against the International Falls Broncos. They want to try and put up a comeback, but the only issue is they still have yet to shut out the Warroad Warriors. 2 runs for Warroad puts them back within mercy rule, and 1 gives the Broncos a chance to continue climbing back in this one, but it puts them at a 9-run deficit. Broncos are needing some stupendous hitting in this 6th and possible 7th inning of action if they want to come back in this one. So very good late hitting for the Broncos, but could it be too little too late in this one, as leading off for Warroad is going to be number 33, the pitcher, Cale Thompson. Cale Thompson is 1 for 2 and was walked, and that time he's going to get hit, and he's going to get hit batter. That gives him first base. Hit by pitch for Cale Thompson. So now Warroad gets to start with a runner on first base. Parker Lean stepped up to the plate after getting struck out in the first 2 at-bats. He was able to get a single in his third. He's 1 for 3. Runner at first base. First pitch from Hergis to Parker Lean is ball 1. 1-0 count. 1-0. Trying to lean more into my heater. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1. 1-1 count for Parker Lean. On the PCA scoreboard, still 11-3 lead for Warroad over the Broncos. Pitch from Hergis. Swung at. That's going to be popped up in the air, and that's going to be a foul ball. Just waiting to hear it hit the top of our press box up here, which, by the way, is sponsored by Rainy River, Minnesota North College. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. Parker Lean with a 1-2 count. Runner at first base, no outs. Top of the 6th inning. Hergis with the pitch, throws it in, swing and a miss, but ends up falling out of the glove. That's foul ball, it sounds like. Blue is, or no, just a strikeout. Okay. So strikeout, out number 1. Strikeout number 4 of the game for the Broncos. Number 2 for Hergis. Huxley Hergis of International Falls. Runner at second base, 1 out as Nathaniel Butler steps up to the plate. Looks off the first one. That's going to be a ball. 1-0 count to start for Nathaniel Butler. Andrew Mayfield on deck. I thought I cleaned off some of the rain droplets on my camera, but it looks like a couple more just fell on there. Looks it off. That's ball 2. 2-0 count for Butler. Two-0 count. Runner at second base. 1 out. Huxley Hergis. Pitch number 3. That's ball 3. No, strike 1. Looking for Nathaniel Butler. 2-1 count for Butler. 1 out, runner at second. Hergis with pitch number 4. Swung at, that's fouled. Strike number 2. 2-2 count for Butler. Butler is 1 for 2. Has been on the base twice after he was hit by the pitch in his first at-bat, and then had a triple, and then was out on the fly. This is his 4th trip to the plate. That's looked off for ball 3. Loaded count for Nathaniel Butler with a runner at second base and 1 out. Nathaniel Butler preps himself for the at-bat. Full count. Hergis throws it in. That's dead center. Ground ball makes its way to the grass. He could bring in 1, and he will. That's going to be a single for Nathaniel Butler, sending home Cale Thompson. So that's a 1 run scored for Warroad. 1 out so far, but they've scored in every single inning thus far. It's a 12-3 lead as number 6, Andrew Mayfield, steps up to the plate. He has made it onto base 3 times with 3 at-bats. He's 2 for 2, was walked in his second at-bat. This is his 4th trip to the plate. On deck, Ryan Schomernick. In the hole, Wesley Schreiner. Only 1 out for Warroad here. Runner at first base, Nathaniel Butler. Mayfield, lefty hitter. Looks in the... No, he swings at the first one. Out towards right field. Caught, though, by Caden Siegert. Broncos, if they can hold Warroad to 1 run in this 6th inning, then they will have a chance to continue trying to climb back and avoid a mercy rule. But they're going to have to get some of their own clutch hitting to try and come back in this game. Pitch number 1 from Huxley Hurgis to Brian Schomernick. He had a sacrifice fly in the 5th inning that sent home a teammate. Pitch. That's going to be hit high and wide to the right. And that's going to be out on the fly, caught by Caleb Jocelyn, out number 3. And so that's going to send us into the 6th inning. Broncos staying alive. They're still avoiding the mercy rule as it's 12-3, but Broncos needing some huge hitting in this upcoming bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on yourliveevent.com.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because
We've entered the bottom of the 6th inning. The Broncos did a good job staving off Warroad and giving themselves a chance to possibly send this one into a 7th inning they will be able to send this one into a 7th inning as they are only down by 9 runs, and they want to try and shorten that lead with this upcoming bottom of the 6th hitting for International Falls Broncos. Leading off for the Broncos is going to be number 7, Caleb Jocelyn. He's 0 for 2 out at the bag, then out on the fly. And now this is his 3rd trip to the plate. On deck, Emmett Levine. In the hole, Jack Berglund. Starting pitcher, Cale Thompson, still on the mound for Warroad. He's thrown 4 strikeouts, and now that's a hit off the first pitch for Caleb Jocelyn, trying to get some energy going for the team with this 6th inning of hitting. Broncos get, after they finally get some more hits in this game, this is their 5th hit of the game from my count. So runner at first base, Caleb Jocelyn. Emmett Levine, another lefty hitter, stepping up to the plate for the Broncos. Runner at first base, no outs. Pitch from Cale Thompson. Throws it in. Looked off. That's ball 1. 1-0 count for Levine. One and 0 count. Runner at first base. No outs. Pitch from shows bunt. He will foul. For a second, it looked like it could be a good bunt. It almost was going to ride on that third baseline, but unfortunately for Levine, that one ended up getting fouled. So he's got a 1-1 count now with a runner at first base. Emmett Levine, he's 0 for 2 at the plate. Strikeout and then out of the bag in his second at bat. 5 strikeouts thrown in the game by Cale Thompson. That's going to be foul ball, strike 2, 1-2 count for number 3, Emmett Levine. Cale Thompson, as I was saying, has 5 strikeouts in the game. Every strikeout brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For a home professionally clean all year round, call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen are going to take good care of you. Thompson with the pitch. That's going to be a high ball 2, 2-2 count for Emmett Levine. Two and two count. A runner at first base. Thrown in. That's going to be a ground ball over to the shortstop. Hesitates to throw to second base. So won't go for the double play, but still gets the out at first. So that's 1 out. Caleb Jocelyn, the runner at second base with 1 out. It's Jack Berglund stepping up to the plate for the Broncos. He's 0 for 2, struck out in his previous at-bat. Out of the bag in this first. On deck, Aston Kossow. In the hole, Kyle Kramer. So, Cale Thompson preps himself for this upcoming at-bat for Jack Berglund. And that's going to be ball 1. Runner at second base. 1 out, 1-0 count for Berglund. Pitch. That's going to be chopped and ground ball. And off the glove of the pitcher, Cale Thompson can't get the throw off in time. So that will be I believe an error. Warroad, after going the majority of the game with no errors, now had their first couple of errors in these late innings. So that's a runner at first and third for the Broncos. Caleb Jocelyn, runner at third. Runner at first is Jack Berglund. And it's a 1 out bottom of the 6th. And Maddox Cole, the catcher for the Warroad Warriors, giving a signal to his pitcher, Cale Thompson, just trying to help him get back in the zone. Aston Costa stepping up to the plate. He had a single in his previous at-bat and ended up scoring the first run of the game for the Broncos and helped ignite some energy into his team late in this one. Pitch. That's a ground ball and somehow went straight to the glove of Cale Thompson. And you know what? That whatever the signal was that his catcher gave him, it worked, because that next one went right into his glove and he was able to seamlessly throw to first base. Caught Jack Berglund off guard. It caught me off guard. You kidding? And so that's going to be out number 2 and 3. A double play finishes the Broncos in the 6th inning and keeps them at only 3 runs. Warroad looking to try and end this one in the 7th inning. As we get ready for that 7th inning, I want to thank you for tuning in. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on YourLiveEvent.com. PCA scoreboard says the Warroad Warriors lead 12-3 over the International Falls Broncos. We'll be back after the break.
I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. Yours truly, Augie Schmidt here, live from the Rainy River Press Box. And going into the 7th inning, the Broncos trail on the PCA scoreboard 12-3 against the Warroad Warriors. A unlucky double play made by the pitcher, Cale Thompson, ended up ending what looks like for a second a strong 6th inning of hitting for the Broncos. And so now getting ready for this 7th and likely final inning of action here. Leading off for Warroad is going to be number 2, the first baseman, Wesley Schreiner. And don't forget, stay tuned for our second game of this doubleheader. First pitch looked off. That's going to be strike 1 for Schreiner. 0-1 count to start. Huxley Hergis, the reliever, on the mound. That's going to be a ground ball over to third baseman Kyle Kramer. Can't get the throw off in time. And so that's going to be safe at the bag. Great effort there by Kyle Kramer. Did a good job scooping up the ground ball. It's just he wasn't able to get the throw off in time. That's 11 hits for Warroad, if my numbers are right. I may have to go back and count them just in case. But runner at first base, no outs as Brady Fast steps up to the plate. He is 1 for 4 in batting. Had a rough start to the game, then got himself a nice hit. That's a chopped ground ball that's going to be fouled. So he's going to have strike 1 off the foul ball. Broncos, 2 pitchers have stepped on the mound for International Falls, and they've combined for 4 strikeouts. 2 for the starter, Jack Berglund, 2 for the reliever, Huxley Hergis. Every strikeout brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. That time, Fast is going to hit it towards the left center, and that's going to be picked up by Caleb Jocelyn. He throws it to the infield, and that's going to be a base hit double for Brady Fast. After going 0 for 3, he is now 2 for 5 with a double in that last one, and a runner at second and third for the Warroad Warriors. No outs as Sam Hard steps up to the plate for Warroad. On deck, number 34, Barrett Hanret. In the hole, Cale Thompson. Quick second as our ump is asking for a new ball. Thank you for the reminder of my dentist appointment on Thursday. That's right, you guys. I'm going back home for a wedding, so that's going to be fun times for me. But first, let's get this doubleheader underway. Nice throw to first base, and that's out at the bag. But on the sacrifice, Sam Hart is able to send home his teammate, Wesley Schreiner. So that's 1 run. Warroad has managed to score a run in all 7 innings to help get themselves a 13-3 lead at the top of the 7th. Runners at runner at third base. 1 out so far for Warroad is Barrett Hantret. Steps up to the plate, looks off the first one. That's going to be ball 1. That one's going to be left center, left field, and caught in the outfield. Almost dropped, but still out on the fly. But the sacrifice fly by Barrett Hantret sends home a teammate. That is number 15, Brady Fast, who sent home. So that's 2 runs scored here in the top of the 7th inning. Warroad leads 14-3 over the Broncos. 2 outs, no runners on base as Cale Thompson steps up to the plate, the pitcher of the Warroad Warriors. He started pitcher, still has not been relieved yet. So he's looking to try, possibly he's likely going to be the one to finish the game for Warroad. So 2 outs here, going in the top of the 7th inning. Pitch from Hergis. That's going to almost hit the batter. Instead, that's going to be ball 1, I believe. Hergis readies himself. This pitch, after a deep breath, throws it. That's ball. It's either 2-0 count or 3-0 count. I can't remember if there was a pitch before that last one. Not the last one, the one before. Hergis from the mound for the Broncos. Goes into his windup. Throws this one. That's going to be dead center. That's strike 1. Safe strike 1 to take. So 3-1 count, I'm assuming, for Cale Thompson. One strike for Caleb Thompson. No runners on base, 2 outs. That's looked off, and that's going to be ball 4. So Thompson gets the walk. He's made it on base for 4 out of his 5 at-bats. Now it's time for Parker Lean to step up to the plate for Warroad as we get ready for this upcoming top of the 7th inning at-bat for Parker Lean. His 5th trip to the mound. He's 1 for 4 thus far. First pitch, he'll swing at that one. A wild swing, though. That's going to be a foul ball. Strike 1 for Lean. Lean with it, rock with it. So 2 outs, runner at first base. 0-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike 2 for Parker Lean. Just trying to send it to the bottom of the 2nd. 0-2 count. Runner at first base. Parker Lean looking at ball 1. Dangerous one to sit on there, as I believe Hergis was hoping to try and force a swing out of Parker Lean, but he does not. It's a 1-2 count. Runner at first base, 2 outs. 14-3 lead for Warroad. Pitch from Hergis is going to be ball 2. 2-2 count. PCA scoreboard says Warroad leads over the Broncos 14-3 on the PCA scoreboard. Looks like, or it feels like, I know I got a fence here, but I can't help but flinch every time. It's scary, man. It's scary. Anyways, that's a foul ball. Keeps us at a 2-2 count as we get ready for pitch number 6 from Huxley Hergis to Parker Lean. Runner at first base, 2 outs for the Warriors in the top of the 7th inning. Broncos just trying to send this one to the bottom of the 7th. A huge mountain to climb as they are down by 11 runs in this inning of action here. Huxley Hergis looking at a 3-2 count. It's a full count for Parker Lean. He's had a rough go at bat. He is 1 for 4. He wants to get on base. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3 swinging. He's had 4 strikeouts. And he's made up 4 of the 5 strikeouts given up by Warroad today. That's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Huxley Hergis in relief. And, of course, every strikeout brought to you by Service Master of International Falls for a home professionally cleaned all year round. Call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen, I got to take good care of you. And we'll step aside and get ready for the bottom of the 7th inning. Leading off for the Broncos in the bottom of the 7th is number 24, Kyle Kramer. On deck, number 20, Brooks DeZiel. In the hole, number 22, Kadem Siegert. Looks like it's Caleb Thompson looking to finish things off here in the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on yourliveevent.com. Make sure you stay tuned as after this game, we'll do our post-game show, but then we're going to go into a long extended ad break for our radio listeners and for our live stream watchers on yourliveevent.com. We'll end this live stream and switch over to our Broncos versus Deer River live stream, because that's right, this is a doubleheader. Don't you forget it. We got more baseball action after this one here. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on yourliveevent.com. I don't know if I have enough time to go into an ad break now after that, so we're gonna stick around and just chat for a second. How's the weather out there? Well, it's a little bit wet. I think the sprinkles kind of stopped a little, but yeah, just a little damp outside. But thankful to Chad Baldwin for getting those heaters working, because man, I was freezing my butt off up here. Still kind of regret not wearing a thicker coat for this game. A wind picked up a little bit. Could be a sign of the times, or maybe Mary Poppin is flying in. Poppin, singular. I mean Mary Poppins, plural. Just having fun here on the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box. First pitch, Kyle Kramer hits the first one. It's nice, dead center, makes it to the grass. He's got himself a single. Kyle Kramer came off the bench, subbing in for Emmett Olson. He's got himself a single, and so now Kyle Kramer is going to be a runner at first base as we're now up to Brooks DeZiel for his at-bat of the game. Third at-bat, he's 1 for 2 in batting. Cale Thompson trying to finish the game off for Warroad. On deck, Caden Siegert in the hole, Huxley Hergis. That's going to be strike one. Looking for Brooks DeZiel. Trying to show some patience at the plate. That's going to be a nice little hit, but that goes right to the glove of the second baseman, unfortunately for Brooks DeZiel. So that's going to be out number 1 for the Broncos. Runner at first base as Kyle Kramer makes it back to the base in time. Caden Siegert stepping up to the plate for his third at-bat of the game. On deck, Huxley Hergis in the hole, Jens Bilbin. Caden Siegert getting ready. Pitch from Thompson. That's going to be a grounder. Gets past the glove of Thompson, but we could have a possible double play. Throw to first. Can't get there in time, so that's going to be a fielder's choice for Caden Siegert. And Kyle Kramer is going to be out at second after the ground ball got to the second baseman, number 14 of Warroad. Ryan, excuse me. There's no B in that. It's just Ryan Schomernick. 2 outs, runner at first base as Huxley Hergis steps up to the plate for his fourth at-bat of the game. Warroad just trying to end this one here. They have a 14-3 lead over the Broncos on the PCA scoreboard as Hergis prepares himself. Looks off the first one. That's strike. So strike one. Looking for Huxley Hergis. Runner at first base, Caden Siegert. 2 outs. Swung at. That's going to be a ground ball that goes right to the shortstop. He'll get a throw to first base. And that's going to be out number 3, and that's going to end this one. Final score after 7 innings of action here. I marked that down on the wrong one. The International Falls Broncos, sadly... Broncos sadly lose. Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Final score 14-3 against the Warroad Warriors. As the Broncos sadly ran into some trouble with the errors in that game, and that ended up being the downfall in their game against Warroad. So. Sadly, Broncos unable to get the late hitting that they needed after they were able to get some hits late in the game. And so, well, we'll now step aside and get ready because coming up, we now have our doubleheader, game number 2. It's the Deer River Warriors taking on the Broncos next. But first, we'll take a quick break and then we'll do a quick recap of this game 1. Warroad, final score. On the PCA scoreboard, a 14-3 victory for the Warriors. Just down the road in Warroad here today. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on YourLiveEvent.com.
In Enbridge Athabasca pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know, all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
Hey, quick recap of that game between the International Falls Broncos and the Warroad Warriors. Warroad, they got out to a fast start, very, very consistent run hitting, as they ended up having about, I believe it was 12 hits, the final count for the Warroad Warriors. They scored 1 and then 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 2, scoring in every single inning to lead to a 14-3 win over the International Falls Broncos today. But it wasn't entirely issues for the Broncos. Of course, the Broncos, the biggest issue that they had to face was their own mistakes, which was the errors. They had 6 errors. By the time that Warwood was up to a 7-0 lead over International Falls, Broncos were able to get 3 runs scored in the 5th inning, though, to help send this one into extra innings. And despite the late effort, sadly, they could not get past the starting pitcher, number 33, Cale Thompson. Thompson ended up throwing a total of 5 strikeouts in the game to knock down 5 Broncos, but also it was very, very good defensive work by the Warroad Warriors, shutting out the Broncos in 4 straight innings to start the game, and then shut the Broncos out in the 6th and 7th inning to help secure the win. So looking to bounce back as the Broncos get ready for Game 2. We're going to have actually a shorter intermission than I expected from the sounds of it. But for those of you tuning in on yourliveevent.com, thank you for tuning in for our live broadcast of today's game. For those of you listening on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDN, we'll step aside for an ad break as I get our next video live stream set up as the Broncos prepare for Game 2 of today's doubleheader at Sheila Field. It's the final score on the PCA scoreboard: the Warroad Warriors 14, the International Falls Broncos 3. Before the game, we had our national anthem brought to you by local VFW post 2948. Join us for Burger Night and Karaoke. And of course, we had our Border Chevrolet GMC keys to the game. We're live from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. Every scoreboard update brought to you by Packaging Corporation of America, and every strikeout brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. Huxley Hergis came in for relief for the Broncos, and he threw 3 strikeouts to total for the Broncos 5 total strikeouts, the other 2 belonging to the starter, Jack Berglund. And, of course, brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For home professionally clean all your Broncos, Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen are going to take good care of you. And our post-game player awards, well, our Enbridge NG player of the game has got to be Kyle Kramer, subbed into the game late at third base, and he brought in some life for the team and hitting. That was Carter Line? Why did I have Kyle Kramer? I am so sorry, Carter Line. I credited all those. I got Coach Humbert right next to me who corrected me. Wow, I should have guessed that because he has the same number in basketball, too. Wow, that's a shame on me. Shame on me. I'm sorry, Carter, for that. Carter Line, Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, and the Domino's Pizza Player of the Game for Game 1. Let's give it to Kadem Siegert. Kadem Siegert had himself a solid double, and then he had a single. He went 2 for 3, helped lead the Broncos as one of the top hitters today, and that's where he's the Domino's Pizza Player of the Game. He'll get that at the very end of this doubleheader because we got to award our Domino's Pizza Player of the Game for Game 2. So thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, Kadem Siegert, your Domino's Pizza Player of the Game. Looking for a quick, easy, and delicious dinner? Then look no further than your local Domino's. With more than just pizza, Domino's is a perfect carryout after the game or have it delivered. Great deals are always happening at Domino's. 283-3444. Make Domino's your lunch or dinner destination today. And so we're going to end our video broadcast on yourliveevent.com and switch to our Deer River and Broncos Game 2 broadcast. And for those of you listening on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM, we'll step aside for an ad break and hear from our sponsors. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you for tuning in. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on yourliveevent.com.